Let's be on the right side of history for Seaside Park and its neighbor, South Seaside Park, and become one community.
Tonight on News 12 New Jersey, one Jersey Shore town votes to expand. Ahead tonight, a final vote for the annexation of South Seaside Park. Plus, a deer hunt where you would not expect it. We're headed to a popular Jersey State Park. And the countdown to an historic launch, NASA about to send 4 people around the moon. News 12 New Jersey tonight. Thanks for joining us. And we start tonight at the Jersey Shore, where Seaside Park's town council just approved the annexation of South Seaside Park. The vote ends a decades-long court battle, a battle which even reached the state Supreme Court. News 12's Tom Krasnowski outside that meeting tonight with what this means. Tom.
Kurt, it's a Jersey Shore border war. Those that live in the South Seaside Park neighborhood can soon drop the word South, and they'll be changing their mailing addresses from Berkeley Township to Seaside Park with tonight's vote. A unanimous vote with 1 abstention after 2 hours of comment. And there were some 150 residents just listening in on Zoom. One even called in from the airport. This is a decades-old issue. The South Seaside Park neighborhood is about 10 blocks at the bottom of the barrier island, right before Island Beach State Park. Geographically and culturally, residents argued it has more in common with the rest of the island. But the neighborhood is part of Berkeley Township. Berkeley is a dozen miles away on the mainland, across the Mathis Bridge. And some residents have felt for decades that they shouldn't have to drive half an hour to visit Town Hall. Berkeley Township doesn't want to lose 10% of its tax base or its ownership of White Sands Beach, not without naming a price. A study claims Seaside Park can save 8% on taxes by adding South Seaside Park, but it will have to come with a settlement to Berkeley.
Would any of you go into a car dealership and sign to buy a car without knowing how much it's going to cost? No.
Seaside Park can annex South Seaside Park, provide services effectively, and reduce taxes for current Seaside Park property owners.
We're just going to have to build out a very strong implementation strategy and rely on our department heads who are the experts.
Last summer's state Supreme Court decision allowed South Seaside Park to leave Berkeley if Seaside Park would have it. So what happens now? Well, representatives from both towns will have 60 days to hammer out a settlement. We're in Seaside Park. Tom Krasnowski, News 12, New Jersey.
All right, Tom, thanks for that update tonight. Time now for your first forecast tonight. We had beautiful weather this Monday.
You liked that, didn't you?
I kind of did, yes. I got to tell you.
You're going to love the temperatures in this forecast this week. I mean, we're talking about numbers that are going to be soaring into the upper 70s and lower 80s. We could be talking about record challenging temperatures by the time Wednesday rolls around, but there are a few opportunities for some showers. I'm not calling for a washout. We're not looking for a steady, consistent rain until probably late Wednesday evening. So until then, temperatures are soaring. You got a little bit of sunshine, and temperatures, boy, I got to tell you, they're going to be really, really warm. It was in the mid to upper 70s this afternoon, and it's only going to get warmer from here on out. We have a favorable wind. We are going to be looking for moments of sunshine for tomorrow and Wednesday. A couple of passing showers, though, and it looks like the showers are more than likely going to materialize during the evening and nighttime hours. There's a frontal boundary to the north that is going to be waffling to the north and to the south, and eventually sagging a little bit south through New Jersey, which allows a little bit more consistency to the rain. But you notice back out here, St. Louis, Wichita, those are temperatures at this hour in the mid to upper 70s. So those afternoon highs tomorrow are going to soar. We're starting off where your normal afternoon high temperature should be, and we're looking for those daytime highs tomorrow to be flirting with near 80 degrees and getting even warmer as we roll into Wednesday. We'll talk about that in the 10-day coming up in just a little bit, Kurt.
Dave, thank you. New tonight, Hudson County prosecutors looking for a man who is wanted for murder. Luis Marin of North Bergen is accused of shooting and killing a man last Monday during a fight. Officers got a call of shots fired at Bergen Line Avenue and 44th Street. They found David Polgerin with gunshot wounds. He later died at the hospital. Police say if you see Marin, do not approach him. Instead, call police immediately. Atlantic County now, a jury convicted these two in the deadly shooting of an Atlantic City man. Denzel Garrison shot and killed Jamil Greenidge in 2021 after a minor car accident. Laquine Demby drove Garrison to the victim's house. Both now face life in prison. They'll be sentenced May the 13th. Mercer County prosecutors charged Carlos Pian for killing his girlfriend. Officers found the body of Adeline Alfred last Tuesday inside a home in Hamilton. Detectives say her body showed signs of a physical assault. And this update tonight out of Sussex County, the last of the abandoned dogs that we have been telling you about there have been captured. The group, the Hound Hunters of New Jersey, say the final dog was found Friday night in Stillwater, more than a mile from where it was dumped. About 50 dogs were abandoned and captured, including 6 that died. Many of the rescued dogs are now receiving medical care for infections and dental issues. 3 people from Phillipsburg are in custody and they're awaiting a court date. Well, some TSA agents finally got paid today. Trump administration says workers will be getting their paychecks in the next couple of days. Last Friday, President Trump signed an executive order to pay the workers immediately. One former TSA administrator says the follow-through, though, on this is critical.
If you say they're going to get paid and they don't after 5 weeks of not getting paid, then that would be a serious blow to the already low morale.
Well, spokesperson for the American Federation of Government Employees, which represents TSA officers, says workers are getting 2 full paychecks for March, but so far there's been no sign of a missed payment from late February. Change could be coming to your 401k investment plans. The Labor Department unveiled a proposal to give retirement fund participants the option to invest in private equity, crypto, and commodities. Employers have always had the option to include those investments, but few have, largely because those investments open up employers to potential litigation. This proposal would make it easier for employers to add them, but it does not require them to do so. And this week, the U.S. Supreme Court is going to hear oral arguments in birthright citizenship. A controversial executive order by President Trump is at the center of that case. The president does not want birthright citizenship to apply to babies born in the U.S. to undocumented immigrants. But the language of the 14th Amendment may contradict that. Every court which has considered the issue has found the president's executive order illegal and has prevented it from taking effect. Changes are coming to popular hemp beverages. Beginning April 13th, you'll only be able to buy them at certain liquor stores or dispensaries if they have a special license. Governor Mikey Sherrill signed that bill into law today. Also, drinks will be limited to 5 milligrams of total THC per serving or 10 milligrams of total THC per container. The governor also signed legislation to eliminate some restrictions for nurse practitioners. The law no longer applies to every nurse practitioner-run practice to have a collaborating physician. It also allows NPs to prescribe medications independently. And you can give NJ Transit a piece of your mind this week. The agency is holding virtual feedback forums. 3 are scheduled. Take a look here. Governor Sherrill vowed to improve the commuter experience for things like the app, cleanliness, and safety. A new elementary school could be coming to the Ironbound section of Newark. Today, the school board authorized the district to start the process of getting state approvals for a 30-year lease to begin building Riverfront Elementary School. That approval is required for the district to begin negotiations with builders. If approved, the school would serve more than 660 students and would open in the fall of 2028. Traffic alert out of Hoboken tonight. 14th Street between Washington and Bloomfield Street is closed. Crews are doing environmental testing as part of the Hudson River project. That includes adding a flood wall and a levee system to protect from flooding. New York City bound buses will be detoured through Washington Street, then to 15th Street and on to Willow. And if you use the 15th Street and Willow Avenue bus stop, it'll be temporarily moved to the north side. There'll be signs to help if you're confused. If you're taking Hoboken Terminal bound buses, they're now going to travel along Willow Avenue to 11th Street and head on to Washington. And the clock's ticking for NASA's mission around the moon. The rocket blasts off Wednesday, 6:24 p.m. 4 astronauts on board. A look tonight at the Artemis II rocket on the launch pad at the Kennedy Space Center in Florida. It's going to be a 10-day mission. It'll carry the crew around the moon before splashing down in the Pacific Ocean.
As we come to this really exciting moment, the opportunity is immense for us to finally get the opportunity to send our crew farther than anyone's gone before. And it's an incredible moment for the Artemis generation, and we're excited and we are ready to press.
The launch this week is a practice run for what could be the first manned lunar landing in more than 50 years. That is slated for 2028. Well, there's a deer hunt in the shadow of the Statue of Liberty, a move which surprised many.
Every weeknight on the news at 10, Kurt Sieglin highlights local people who go above and beyond to make a difference in the lives of others.
Beautiful school day.
Find out who's making Jersey proud. Weeknights at 10 p.m. only on News 12. Local matters. Brought to you by Atlantic Health, where we're building the future of healthcare through high-quality personalized care. Atlantic Health is at the forefront of medicine, working every day to build stronger, healthier communities. Visit us at atlantichealth.org.
This story raising eyebrows. All this week, there's a deer hunt going on at Liberty State Park. First time that's ever happened at New Jersey's most visited state park. Our Jim Murdoch tells us the news surprised many.
Would you ever think a deer hunt would be happening in Liberty State Park?
Never. That's crazy.
Jose Mendez brought his family along for their first ever visit to Liberty State Park in Jersey City.
It's beautiful how it is. I don't think they need to kill deer just to make it even, I don't know what they're doing.
Deer are frequently seen along nature paths around the marsh. A DEP spokesperson says all this week after hours, crews will humanely cull a herd of deer in a 200-acre chemically contaminated section of the park off limit to visitors. We've already seen 3 or 4 deer doing a quick walk in this area behind the Nature Center. However, the DEP says the culling will remain restricted to that fenced-in area across the parking lot. The DEP cleared trees and brush after the harsh winter and says the cull is needed because the food supply was taken down. Plans call for the contaminated land to be transformed into recreation areas, open meadows, wetlands, and new forests.
People are witnessing these deer with no place to go, no food to eat, and no consideration for possibly moving them to a certain part of the park.
Jessica Towery says the DEP did a horrible job getting the word out.
It's just unfortunate that the public was not made more aware of this event and what they're trying to do here.
The DEP spokesperson said deer cannot be relocated due to stress and did not know how many deer would be killed.
Nobody should kill animals because they're part of our biodiversity.
At Liberty State Park in Jersey City, Jim Murdoch, News 12, New Jersey.
Now, the group Friends of Liberty State Park sent News 12 a statement that reads in part, the DEP should have had a public information meeting to explain their reasons, answer questions, and hear people's thoughts. Now, students at Ramapo College are using technology to help local food pantries better track their inventory. 5 students created an app and scanning system to keep track of inventory in real time, so no more manual logs. The students partnered with the Center for Food Action in Mahwah. It's already being tested there.
Seeing that work that we've been doing since the fall, all coming together and being used in real time is pretty amazing.
I've been here now 8.5 years. We've been doing it manually. With this new program, it's going to make life much easier as far as inventory to track all the donations and all the pallets that come in of food.
Yeah, and there are already plans to expand this technology to other food pantries and nonprofits. Well, it's about school pride, but also friendship after you graduate. Lawrenceville Prep has a unique event every March called the Coast to Coast Toast. Alums gather all over the world and have a mini reunion. This month was the 15th edition of the Toast. 150 women gathered in 9 cities on the same day. Someone brings a school flag. Everybody gets caught up. Reunion sites for the big cities like New York and LA, but also spots like Hong Kong and Cincinnati, Ohio. The message here, you may leave New Jersey, but you're part of a family forever. At Morristown, get your taste buds ready. Restaurant Week returns April 20th through the 24th. More than 30 restaurants part of it this year. The Snap Sip Stroll is the main event of the week. It's called a progressive dining experience spread out over 2 nights, and tickets are available right now. And if you're planning to catch some sumo wrestling at the Prudential Center in Newark, we got an update. The one-day tournament is being moved to Saturday, May the 16th. If you have tickets for what was supposed to be the April 18th event, your tickets will be valid for the new date in May. Cranford's Orange Avenue Pool is getting summer ready. Registration for pool passes starts on Wednesday. Residents can save up to $100 by signing up early at the pool office on Centennial Avenue. Individual memberships are $350. Family of 4 memberships cost about $675. Seniors, $225. You have to be a resident of Garwood, Kenilworth, Linden, Roselle Park, Union, or Winfield. Discounted pricing will last until May the 24th. Love this story going into weather, Dave, because the weather seems to be turning.
Yeah, turning, but not pool weather just yet.
Yeah.
Let's not get a little crazy. I mean, we're talking about upper 70s and lower 80s. We have it for a few. We have it basically for a week. There's only one day where temperatures are just like taking a back seat, but there will be a few passing showers and isolated storms. 64 right now. Your nighttime low, just put this all into perspective for you. Your nighttime low is going to be right where our daytime high temperature should be for this time of year, in the mid-50s. So with our temperature so warm waking up in the morning, we're looking for a really nice bump up in those temperatures as we get into Tuesday and Wednesday. Wednesday's probably going to be the warmest day, possibly a record breaker. That is going to be the first day of Passover. Sunset is at around 7:21. Now there will be some passing showers and some isolated storms as Wednesday evening and Wednesday night progresses, which will bring in a brief cool down. But even right now, temperatures about 10-15 degrees warmer than where they were at just 24 hours ago. Want to point out that it is going to be much cooler at the shoreline over the coming days. Why? Water temperatures. They're about 42 degrees here off the beaches of Long Beach Island. So we're looking for a south-southwesterly wind that's coming in off of the bay and off of the ocean. So the immediate coastline is going to be, for the most part, in the upper 50s to near 60 degrees in some areas. But once you get west of Route 9, you're looking at temperatures that are well into the 70s. This is by tomorrow afternoon. Could be flirting with 80 over towards Jackson, Toms River's near 80. Barnegat about 72, and then you get over the bridge on the Long Beach Island, and now you're looking at temperatures there that are going to be in the low and middle 50s. And there is going to be a breeze, so it does feel a lot chillier at the shoreline. Your temperatures are going to continue to warm. You got a little blanket of cloud coverage out there for tonight. They're dealing with a mixture of sun and clouds through the day tomorrow, and at any given moment there could be an isolated shower or a possible thunderstorm, something that we will keep an eye on, but it is not going to be widespread. It's even warmer as we roll into Wednesday. Wednesday morning temperatures are going to be in the lower 60s. Morning temperatures are going to be in the lower 60s, and we'll be flirting with some records once we roll around into Wednesday afternoon. Wednesday evening, going into Thursday morning, we'll be dealing with some showers. Temperatures come back down to about 57 on Thursday, but then warm back up for Friday going into Saturday. And Easter Sunday, we've got partly sunny skies with a temperature of around 74 degrees. More details on that New Jersey forecast coming right up.
Time for 3 things to know. Number 1, do not adjust the color on your TV. What it looked like in Australia this weekend.
Creepy scenes.
Right? Blood red skies. This is no filter. That's what it looked like.
Yep.
You walk outside, reddish dust apparently blocked out the sky.
So there's a big storm that was over northwestern sections of Australia. Huge, monstrous storm, and all those winds, thunderstorm winds, kicking up the sand and the soil, which has like an iron consistency to it.
There you go.
And that's what it was. But still, Australia's on a totally different plane, isn't it?
Yeah. Everything from there is a little bit strange. Number 2, you don't need snow to ski. This guy in Texas put on a pair of skis so he could be towed behind a car.
There's no snow.
It's just asphalt. Set a new Guinness record, got up to 69 miles an hour.
Ooh.
Yeah,
I mean, the wax
here.
on those skis have got to be
right.
something special. I mean, that's
Seriously.
just crazy. There's a Guinness Book of World Records for anything.
Number 3, AI and robots, they need some good PR.
I'm out.
They're trying in Florida. The robotic police dog, yes, there is one, walked into an area where they're playing music, and look at the dog. It starts to dance.
Oh, look how sweet
That's
it
cute.
is. It's not going to kill us. Look, it's just dancing. And then the annihilation. Look, imagine that thing pulling up and then it hauls your butt off to jail.
Moves, man. The tail's going up. All right.
Does it leak oil when
It does not.
Lifts its legs and leaks oil.
Devils will be in the city tomorrow to face the Rangers. They have 9 games left. They could win all 9 and they could still miss the playoffs. Not officially dead just yet, though. Last night's win over Chicago kept very slim hopes alive. Jack Hughes has just been on a heater as of late. Columbus has the final playoff spot as of tonight, 88 points. Devs are 10 points back with 9 to go. There's a bunch of teams they have to jump. They know.
We understand the situation we're in. Everyone does, but that doesn't mean you're not going to show up every night. It doesn't mean regardless of playoffs or not. Obviously, we want to be on the other side of it, and we're disappointed. You know, it's sort of unacceptable, but at the same time, you know, we're still trying to build things here.
All right, they'll face the Rangers tomorrow, and we're less than a month from the NFL draft. Giants coach John Harbaugh today at the NFL owners meeting.
We're trying to make our fans happy. We want to win games. You know, we want to be successful. We want them to come out to the stadium and be happy after the game and be celebrating. And to do that, we've got to build the very best team we can. So you build the best team you can with the best players you can get.
Well, the warmer weather is here, but the forecast shows storms might be spoiling the vibe. Meteorologist Dave Curran is here to make sure you keep the umbrellas and rain boots handy.